Well, you had a long and successful career, Righty, on the pitch, not doing too badly off it as well these days. And you would have played alongside or against some great strikers. If you have to take your own name out of it, who would you say were the top 5 strikers you've played with or against in your time?
Well, I have to throw Dennis Bergkamp in straight off the bat. He changed my whole dynamics in respects of approach and professionalism. But then Sheringham, Fowler, Shearer, Ferdinand, who else is there? Cole, York. I played against Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo. When I played for England, I don't know, Thierry Henry, when I played against him when he played for France in the tournoi as well. So, it's just like there's some of them, just the names, just unbelievable. But yeah, those names that I've thrown in there, hopefully I haven't forgotten anyone, but that's about as good as it gets, I think.
You mentioned Bergkamp first up, and actually Dennis wasn't necessarily known as an out-and-out striker. He was such a provider, wasn't he?
Yeah, but when you mentioned players up front I've played with, I played up front with him, and he was an amazing player every day in training and on match day. And then you're at the other end of the pitch and you're watching, like I say, those names. I used to love watching, it's like being at one end and watching someone like Teddy Sheringham, and I had the pleasure playing with him at England and being on the same team as him, playing for England. And he's a proper class player. Same with Fowler, one of the best finishers I've ever been on the pitch to witness. I was on the pitch when he scored that hat-trick in something like 4 or 5 minutes or something ridiculous. Just a quality player.
That was against you, played for Arsenal, was it?
Yeah.
Could you appreciate it as a striker, even though it was bad news for you and the team? Could you at least say to yourself, "Wow, that was good"?
That was pretty cool. That was pretty special because he was like a bit of a wonder kid in respects of coming through the ranks of England and scoring goals. And when you play with him and train with him, we used to do a lot of finishing after for England when we used to do our England training. And his ratio of hitting the target and hitting the side nettings with his striking was way up there. I'd put it up in, when we practiced, I'd put him up in the 90-odd% in respects of his strikes, hitting the target. Amazing consistency.
And they're all very different strikers, aren't they? I guess the common denominator is they all knew where the goal was. But Shearer was very physical, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very physical, Shearer. And another one that didn't really miss the target. He wasn't really bothered about fancy goals, you know what I mean? But he could score some awesome the volleys and the headers and stuff like that, as well as the tap-ins. Shearer.
Thierry Henry, you kind of really took over from you, I guess. Your careers did overlap, but
just a little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, to be honest, as he was coming in the door, I was going out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but watching him, played against him when he played for France, when he was early doors when he played for France, and we're talking. I think Wenger once described him as Michael Jordan. He could be the Michael Jordan. What Michael Jordan was to basketball in America, Thierry Henry could be to football in Europe and the world. He was literally, he had everything, I should say. Everything.